everyone, how are you all? So today I'm here. I'll talk about my recent Austria Vienna trip. This is Warsaw Modeling Airport. I have planned this Vienna trip in 2020, but due to COVID it was not possible. So I was just going to take the flight. Okay, I reached Vienna. This is inside Vienna now. And see the street photographies. I'm not a professional photographer, but still I love to do it. Well, I went to a famous hotel. It's called Sacher. I had the best apple pie. If you're going there, you should try this. So there are few more street photographies. And nowadays I'm just like learning new tricks from Instagram, how to take street photos, capture the sky. So I'm just trying. So this is basically inside St. Stephen's and some of the roads from old town of Vienna. As you can see, there are some old buildings. And it was terrible hot. It was 34 degrees. But I understand when we talk about 34 from India's perspective, it is kind of not that hot. But here the UV index is very high, so it is kind of very hot. This is inside St. Stephen's Church, so you can see the architecture is very lovely, beautiful. This is near the St. Stephen, so there were so many tourists. As you know, this is summertime, so basically people in Europe and from different continents, people are coming here and they explore Europe. hope you like the street music. So I just back to hotel, and then this is the next day photos again. It's front of St. Stephen's. So wherever I go, like any of the European countries, I make sure that I go with the walking tours. So if you do Google, you will get so many names. This time for Vienna, I went with red and white tours. So they are literally professional, and the way the tourist guide explained, it was really nice. You can see this is the group which I went with. The duration of this particular tour was for 2.5 hours, and it was on foot definitely. So you can hear some of the voice from our tourist guide. He was explaining things about Vienna and some of the buildings, and then architecture and a little bit of World War. So basically with the tourist guide, I have explored New Town, Old Town, St. Stephen's, some of the museums, old buildings, and got to know about the history of Vienna based on World War and so on and so on. So Europe is full of history. If you go to any of the countries, it is not only about Austria. If you go for Czech Republic, if you go to Germany, if you go to Poland, you will get to know about so many things. Well, my favorite place is again St. Stephen's, but this time this is the back side. So we are just going to take a look of the back of St. Stephen's Cathedral. So you can see the architecture is beautiful, lovely, isn't it? There are so many tiny statues and so many histories and information about all this. It's always better when you visit one particular country, you go with the walking tour so that you get to know about the country.
Pillars are built, thin walls a bit between those pillars, and large pointed windows put inside the thinner walls. But this site shows just how old St. Stephen's really is, nearly 900 years. For the Habsburgs. Then there's music here. The other monument here. There were 200,000 Jews in Austria in 1938, mostly in Vienna. After World War I, they were mostly replaced by motorized taxis, but a few drivers were too stubborn to quit. After the Second World War, some occupation soldiers, especially the Americans, found these last were Irish, but he called them Scottish because in his time.
So now we are going to enter First Old Passage. So this is basically an old building, but now it's constructed with so many stores. So you can see there are so many restaurants, there are so many small tiny shops, and as you can see, I think I was only Asian there, so I was not able to match with the speeds, so they're walking so fast. So but I was not able to control myself to capture this. So I was just trying to run and capture the whole crystal passage. Oh my god, look at the architecture. Isn't it beautiful? This is so good. So good. Woohoo! That's Prater Vienna. Well, so this is Prater Vienna, the biggest amusement park of Austria, Vienna. As you can see, it's so lively, so nice. It's a really great place for family and kids. As you can see, that's Ferris wheel. I wanted to go there, but unfortunately I was not able to because I reached there a little late and I wanted to come back to my hotel as well, and I was depending on the public transport, so I had to come back. But I really enjoyed the ice cream over there. There are so many street foods. You can also try some of the Austrian foods. Well, that's monkey me. I love to jump. Thank you for watching.